Welcome, Taurus, to your April Astro Dice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, guys, let's get in here and see what's going on with you. 1 second. There we go. Okay. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope with only using one of the 12 houses. So let's roll and see what's going on. Message. Nice. You got the 7th house coming out with some Neptune energy, with some Capricorn energy. Haven't seen Capricorn energy for a little while, so very nice. Let's see what's going on here. We do have Neptune. A little daydreamy over here, Taurus. Your fantasies, yearnings, longings, and potentials for illusions. With that Capricorn energy around you is serious, materialistic, hardworking, bestows shrewdness and cautious ambitions. Really working over here, but yet really using your imagination, really daydreaming on what it is you really want. But yet I see that let's go, right? That Capricorn energy is like, let's go. I'm being very serious about how I'm going to accomplish this dream, getting towards what it is I truly want in the 7th house. 7th house is talking about the area of your life that's about long-term significant partners, romantic partnerships, business, and or family. So really getting down to business one way or another. So let's look in here and see what's going on. Going straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. Okay. Month here. Let's see what we got here. We do have the 10 of Pentacles to the Chariot to the 9 of Cups. Nice. Really moving toward your wishes and dreams coming true. There's that Neptune energy coming out into that 7th house of wishes, where you want this wish to come true. That's where you're fantasizing the most about where your wealth is, where your happiness, your prosperity, and abundance. Really moving towards that with, you know, a lot of progress. I do feel like you do have control of this situation. It's kind of weird though in this situation, right? Because with the Chariot, it's like you don't have control over this situation. It's almost like you're being divinely guided. The Chariot is saying, I'm divinely guiding you towards what it is you truly want over here, Taurus. But yet you are in control of the situation. Therefore, it's easier for me to guide you towards your dream, your wish, and your fantasy, because you're on board, you're ready, you're determined, you have that Capricorn energy. You're serious about where it is you want to go. So it's like, are you in control of your destiny? Yes and no. Yes and no, for sure. Because it's saying you're right where you're supposed to be, because you're on the right path. Absolutely. So there are some things that you're going to come across that you're going to be very curious about. You have some new ideas and some new ways of communicating. You could even be communicating with an air sign or a water sign. Or it could even be a Virgo, a Capricorn, or another Taurus. But I do feel like this could be a water sign or an air sign for the majority of you. But however this is, it's about, you know what, this is what I want, and I'm going to figure this out. And I do feel like you have the thirst for knowledge. I do feel like you have this want, this hunger for what it is you want within your Nine of Cups. Whether this is towards your business, family, partnerships, romantic, you know what it is. I'm going to leave it right there with you. Planting these seeds. It's almost like to the point where it's like the more that I learn and the more that I'm getting through this process and the more I'm going down this road towards this prosperity and this wealth, even though, it feels like, yeah, you know what, I'm yearning and I'm fantasizing about getting this, but I'm not just sitting over here with my head in the clouds. I'm actually planting firm foundations. I'm actually planting the seeds and working very hard towards this. You could even feel like you're like reinventing yourself towards this situation with all this new knowledge. But however it is, it's saying I'm putting in the hard work. I've got all the hard work and I know where I'm going. So it's not just some fantasy. It's not some just illusion. No, it's my fantasy that I'm actually watching and I'm tending to it very carefully, right, of where I'm putting everything, right? So, and you're definitely putting in all the right communication, all the right curiosities, putting in a lot of mental work. And you're going to, you're really going to see this really pan out over here. It's getting to the mid-month over here. For some of you do have new love coming in. I do feel like I do see a lot of hard work when it comes to your money, right? And really diligently putting out everything you need for your money, your career, business. But I'm also seeing that for a lot of you, you are getting some kind of new love, or you're really taking matters seriously when it comes to your partner's romantic and family. Okay, right here with the Ace of Cups, it really looks like I'm putting in the energy where the energy needs to be. There is some new feelings coming up. Could be some kind of proposal, but I do see some kind of new love for a lot of you. So if you are looking for new love, there it is. You could find, though, that, wherever this new love is, you might find that they are obsessed with their work. Okay, or it could be that you're putting out could be both, could be two in one, could be dealing with a Capricorn. But you could feel like, maybe you're both obsessed with work, right? Oh no, there's definitely an obsession of work over here. A lot of self-care. I do feel like if whoever this business, or it might be a business partner, it's mostly love for a lot of you though. And I do see Capricorn. I see a lot of Capricorn. Two cards of Capricorn coming up for me. You could feel like this person is really obsessed with work. It might be hard to keep in contact with this person because this person is very independent. They could even be financially independent. They might own their own business, work from home, something of this nature. So you might have a little bit of a hard time, really getting towards this person all the time. Okay, because it does look like they do, their space is their work. Okay, but I see them coming right at you. They are a free spirit. This person is used to being independent. They're used to being with work. Yeah, they're not used to smothering and all that stuff, right? And if it's fine. You can also make it vice versa, or it could be both of you. However, though, this person does like to explore. They are, but definitely a free spirit. They might be older than you. They could either, it's kind of crazy in this reading. I would say that they are either like there's a lot of years on them, like much older than you, or they could be much younger than you. I don't see this person as like your own age. Yeah, this person is just used to being independent. They may have been single for a very long time. They could be divorced, or widowed, but they're used to being, by themselves, taking care of themselves. The self-care that they have is just normally towards themselves. But it does say there is limitless potential over here because there is a lot of comfort that they have and compassion towards you. I do see this person coming towards you. Yeah, they could even be Cancer. This person could have a lot of earth in them, a lot of earth energy, or a lot of water, and it could be both, okay? So, for instance, I could say maybe they're Capricorn with Cancer rising type of thing, okay, for some of you. But they're really using those energies a lot. So what they're saying pretty much is, I am very Capricorn, right? I'm very, serious about my work. I'm very serious about being independent, but yet I'm compassionate enough to where I really want to take someone else in, but there has to be some kind of balance, right? There would be a lot of good balance right there. Right now, they're not looking for anything where strings are attached at this time. They're just really trying to get to know you. This is definitely new love. If you know that you and your partner are trying to fix things, then you guys have kind of made it to the point to where even if you're married, right, it's kind of like, but I'm still going to work and I'm doing my thing. You kind of do your thing, but we're going to meet in the middle because we have some things to fix. But for most of you, this is a new, and it's kind of crazy, Taurus. I think that this is the type of thing when we have the Ace of Cups to the King of Cups, you're bringing out their emotions. You're bringing out this side of them that they haven't felt in a long time, or that they've been trying to hold back. They haven't had to expose it, maybe didn't want to expose it, but you're doing something to this person to where they feel really good, like you're bringing out this different side to them. They're used to just being in solitude, just being maybe the supportive leader at work. And now all of a sudden it just feels like you're opening up this emotional side to them that they've had blocked for a long time, that they did not want to bring out, that they tried to hide, or nobody has brought out in them in a long time. Maybe that's it too. Maybe they just never met anyone who actually, brought that out. And now it's saying, you know what, Taurus, you've grabbed my heart. How did you do that? How are you so special, Taurus, that you actually grabbed my heart? And I haven't felt like this forever. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely juggling over here, juggling their emotions. Head over heart. You could even be dealing with an Aquarius, an Aries, well, we said Aquarius or a Libra. I'm getting that kind of head over heart too. But it might not even be that. It just, like I said, it could just be that they've just been really withdrawn from any kind of compassion, wanting compassion, Maybe they thought they would never date again. Maybe they're divorced. Like I said, widowed, something like that, just really bad relationship, and they were just like, I'm never doing this again. And then here you come along, inspiring them, showing them, this love, this happiness, a good time, however, and you've won their heart. At the end of the month here, what are you doing over here? You're so awesome right now. That Neptune in you is really coming through. But no matter what, it's still showing at the end of the month, you are still the leader, right? You're still protective. You're still focused. You're still disciplined. You're still in control. There's that control again. And that, and you're very balanced about the situation. Coming up as the emperor is showing, you know what, and I have the respect and the stability, and I am completely in control of all of my emotions, avoiding any kind of conflict, not going to get into any kind of diversities at this time. Nope, I'm the emperor. Listen to me. And there could be some delays and some standstills, a little bit of resistance when it comes to, it feels like when it comes to this King of Cups, so this person who's opening up, it does feel like there is a little indecision. We see that here, though. Oops, excuse me. A little bit of indecision. There could be some standstills, some stalling, some indecisions, whatever, right? Like I said, it's just because they're not sure. When it comes to career and finance, though, at the end of the month, I'm going to bring that up just here in a second, right? You still have this money, this opportunity. The abundance that you're holding on to when it comes to your career is beautiful. I mean, we're hitting the seventh house. Seventh house is beautiful. We get to hit all these areas, right? It's like having, 2 or 3 cards in one. But yeah, it's saying, I'm very prosperous and I'm feeling very good about this. I'm not going to let other people into my business. I'm avoiding any kind of unfinished business BS, any kind of emotional baggage BS. I'm not going to let people come towards me that are going to push me into the wrong direction right now. So you're closing yourself off at the end of the month here, Taurus, towards any kind of nonsense. So if somebody's trying to give you any kind of nonsense or you feel nonsense coming up, you're shutting that down before it even starts. Wow, it's like your intuitive, when the hangman here, your intuition is so high that you're like, no, I see that coming before it even happened. You do have the celebration with the Four of Wands. So even though you might have some resistance and a little bit of stalling from the King of Cups over here, it still looks like you still have this homecoming. You guys still have this coming together. You're still making milestones with this person, encouraging this person. This person still feels like they're laying down foundations. It feels like you're still building. You're building up this beautiful relationship, right? Whether it's love, friendship, whatever it is, this partnership, you're still building. If it's your family, you're married, whatever, you're already coming together. So no matter what's going on, yeah, you realize that this is not 100% completed the way you want it completed because you're just making milestones at this time, but at least it's still moving in a very beautiful direction. Wow, a very beautiful direction. It's just very slow. And I think that, when it comes to the King of Cups over here, I think it's going to be, and maybe it's you. Like I said, maybe they're taking their time with you, Taurus, right? You can always, like I said, switch the script, right? But for now, it feels like it's them, and they're very slow. But there's this reassurance that, you know what, I like where this is going because you opened me up, Taurus. You've shown me your heart, and I haven't seen anybody like this in a long time. So, but they're just very slow to act, slow to move. But I don't see any problem with that. If anything, it looks like you're going with the flow very beautifully. There's this compassion and this understanding. Like I said, you're the emperor, so you're coming out that way. So it's showing that, it's okay. We don't have to race to the finish line, and they're going to like that about you though, Taurus. It's like, it's good. It's cool. It's probably best that it's slow anyways. Taurus is usually more slow, right? We don't need to take such fast steps. Why are you don't need to jump into my pasture that fast, right? So it's actually like we're getting things accomplished or getting to know each other more. But the more that they're doing that, the more they want to open up their heart to you, Taurus. Now all of a sudden they want to, there it is. They want to offer you this love. They're literally now like this knight in shining armor type of scenario where they actually are feeling, right? They're really becoming more in tune towards the end of the month, towards these feelings towards you. They already know they have feelings towards you here. You've already erupted something in them. Right? You've already erupted their heart, right? They're like, whoa, what are these feelings? Wait, hold on, right? Kind of reminds me of the Grinch at the end of the movie, The Grinch, right? It was like, Oh, what was her name? Susie? I can't remember her name, guys. But anyway, you remember she like, come on, Grinch, what's wrong, right? And she like opened him up, and at the end, he didn't want to steal Christmas anymore, right? So it's kind of like, it kind of feels that way. Like you've taken this person who's been shut down for so long, and you've given them this limitless potentials of understanding, compassion, love. They see your free spirit, they see your excitement, you know, you're so cool, right? And you've changed something in within them. It feels like to me like they're so used to one-sided charity that this is like someone, you know, they're used to giving advice or used to giving, you know what I mean? I give all this other stuff, and here you come in, no strings attached, you know, and who knows, maybe you're giving things. Taurus are always great givers, whether it's advice, love, companionship. Here, have a coffee, right? I brought you coffee. Who knows, right? But they're so used to, it just feels like when it comes to love, they're used to being the underdog, being taken advantage of. And so they see this different, like, who are you? Who are you to open my heart like that? How dare you, right? How dare you open me up? It's like, you haven't met me. I'm called Taurus. But yeah, they see the self-confidence and this joy, but you're like, I feel like not only do they see you as the Queen of Wands, but I also feel like you're making them into the Queen of Wands. Because all of a sudden it just feels like, you know, as they are the Knight of Cups, they're like, oh my gosh, their confidence and their focus and their determination and their joy and everything's sparking and everything's turning around. Because no matter what, they see you as the Empress no matter what. Okay. And there's your card. So, yeah. So, I mean, how beautiful is that? And then it says you have this beautiful, which you don't see coming. What you don't see coming is the Empress and the Page of Cups to the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This expansion, this progress, these opportunities that the two of you are going to make together could even be like building an enterprise. Who knows? But you know, and when it comes to work too, we still see that Ace of Pentacles to the Venus over there, to the Empress. I mean, I do see a lot of creative endeavors coming toward you when it comes to work, a lot of progress, a lot of new opportunities and expansion. Mostly expansion, though, when it comes to your money and your career and finance. You're going to see a lot of, there's a big switch and a big kind of a shift coming on over here. Yeah, but you're definitely, yes, I love that because it's saying you're definitely building something when it comes to this person, whether you're building, and it's kind of crazy because it also feels like right now you're just kind of building the relationship, but you're also kind of just building them back up. And who knows, maybe they're helping you build back up too. Maybe it's two in one. So what a beautiful reading that was for you, Taurus. And you guys are going to have a splendid month, okay? Of course, there's always going to be twists and turns no matter where we go. No matter how much we want to stay away from diversity, there's probably always going to be something that pops up. But otherwise, it looks beautiful. And you guys, I will see you in the next reading. Peace and love. Bye-bye.